DonInLondon, hello. November the 8th. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour, or both. My addictive substance, alcohol, my behaviour could be equally addicted towards either people, places or things. And these days I live sober, one day at a time, with help and support. Mainly from a fellowship of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. I don't speak for AA, never can, never will. It's full of unique, authentic people who can speak for themselves where they will. But the good news about any sort of fellowship to do with addiction, what you see is what you get. So it's about attraction rather than promotion. So if on any day you go to a meeting of a fellowship, you will see people happy, sad, dealing with big things in life or small things in life. Something which makes life work, something which is making life very difficult. So what you see is what you get. That's the difference between attraction and promotion. If we were promoting something, or I was promoting something, I would offer you a guarantee, maybe. And I can't do that, because we are all subject to life experiences, and all life experiences can send us one way or another. Hopefully not back to addiction, and so far, one day at a time, it's working for me, and for quite some time. So what is my fellowship all about? AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. There is a preamble which is shared at every meeting, and I stress what you see is what you get. Attraction, not promotion. So on your first few visits you might not like it. Indeed you won't like it, probably, because it's against everything that you've been doing for the last however many years. In my case, far too many decades of drinking and not actually being sober. Sober to live, sober to learn, with a bit of humility. So what is AA? AA is this. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. It does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So why did I go to AA in the first place? Well, I didn't go of my own volition. I was pushed through the doors of a particular meeting close to me and told to get on with it and sort yourself out, because if I couldn't stop and family couldn't stop me, what could stop me from drinking? And my first visit was the first one, and then a 5-year delay. I delayed 5 years. I was frightened by it. It offered the solution to my problem of how to be sober, and the very last thing I wanted taken away from me was drink, because drink, I thought, was helping me cope with life. It took the edge off, and it took the edge off me, and it caught me in the end. I crossed the line and I couldn't stop drinking. And then, sorry to say, but it took 5 years to get to the second meeting, and that was because I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to prove and demonstrate to the world my worthiness, and that I could stand on my own 2 feet. And that was the thing which was getting in the way, trying to stand on my own 2 feet and think I knew how to do this and could prove it. And what did I do? I stopped drinking for a day, 2 days, a week, a month, or whatever. But it always got me back, because I used it as a reward. Alcohol as a reward. And I'm very lucky to be alive. And too many visits to emergency departments, too many times sitting on a park bench wondering what to do with my life, and having nothing, absolutely nothing left in me. And wherever we get to in rock bottom, it's as bad as it need be. Some people go all the way down to there's nothing left, like me. Some people get halfway down to a rocky place, which is enough of a rock bottom to make the difference, to say to ourselves, or to myself, it was just this: I cannot do it on my own. So I don't do it on my own. I have fellowship, I have family, I have friends, I have community. I've got a lot of support because I asked for help. And that was the hardest thing to do, to get the humility to say, okay, I don't know how to do this, I need some help. And that's where it all started. So a few years on, life has improved. It's not got less difficult, it's got more interesting, dealing with the difficult parts of living. And what helps me when I can't get to a meeting, but I'm back on track now, had fractures in my foot and couldn't go for 6 months. What helps me is literature, or just connection through email or whatever it happens to be, any source which keeps me from being isolated, then I try for it. But I share here the daily reflections, this book, 1 page a day, with a bit of experience, strength and hope to meditate and reflect or pray, depending on your belief system. And my belief system has encouraged me to believe that truth, love and wisdom is the answer, which is connected to good conscience and a God of my understanding, which is God is truth, love and wisdom. And I can't define it any more than that. And then we're all subject to nature and providence. So nobody's against us and nobody's for us. If we ask for help, we get it in different ways. So in this book, Daily Reflections, it's all about prayer meditation in November. All the 31 daily reflections, all about prayer meditation. And for November 8th, an individual adventure. Meditation is something which can always be further developed. It has no boundaries, either of width or depth, width or height. I was going to say depth. Aided by such instruction and example as we can find, it is essentially an individual adventure, something which each one of us works out in his own way. So meditation and prayer is a personal, unique, authentic experience. It's as you learn with humility something new. My spiritual growth is with God as I understand Him, and for me that's truth, love and wisdom. Not my viewpoint, but the universal truths around us. With Him I find my true inner self. Daily meditation and prayer strengthen and renew my source of well-being. I receive then the openness to accept all that He has to offer, or she, or it. With God, I have the reassurance that my journey will be as He wants for me, in other words, subject to nature and providence, so freedom of choice, choices in life. And for that I am grateful to have God in my life. So we're not predetermined. We have lots of patterns of behaviour and attitudes which we learn from society and our culture and our family or wherever. But it's important that, for me, fellowship opened up the opportunity to be unique and authentic again. I can be my unique, authentic self, doing what I can with what I have. And the reflection and meditation is around what is to the good of living, not just my living, but everybody I encounter as well. So it's not all about me anymore. It's not self-obsession and self-harm. It's about self-development with humility, learning how to be me. And by the end of the day, I know a little bit more about who I am. What helps me in any time of happiness or deep sadness is the serenity prayer, which can be to God or good conscience. And it goes like this: God, or to good conscience, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, for me, is just for today.